Hello everyone, I'm Bukomi. Welcome to City on Hill. City on Hill is a platform that encourages both young and old on how to navigatively start any projects or plans. So this week we are going to talk about some ways to conquer lack of motivation. So number one, you need to set goals. Set goals that align with your value. Crucially, the way we approach goals and targets can be a significant influence on our purpose, drive, and motivation. Setting goals help define what success looks like. In previous training, I discussed about some ways to set goals, which I said make your goals SMART. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for realistic, while our T stands for time bound. Another way to conquer lack of motivation is that you break down large goals into smaller goals. Break large goals into smaller goals. Large goals can be daunting and leave us unsure where to start. When that happens, we must break big tasks into smaller, more achievable ones. Starting small means seeing progress and celebrating our success. Such questions expose your internal values. Self-reflection is valuable in any life domain, including education, the workplace, and family setting. Encourage yourself by asking these questions. Why am I performing this activity? Why do I feel I can be successful? How will it feel to succeed? What would I like to achieve and why? What do I want to change? Why is this important to me? These are the important questions you should ask yourself. Another way to overcome lack of motivation is that you build engagement and flow into what you do. Make sure you flow into what you do. Typically, you have all the tools and all it takes to reach the degree of flow that supports your motivation. What I really mean by flow is that you are fully involved in the task, often working towards clearly defined goals. This mindset will keep you on the way to success. Champion keeps playing until they get it right. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Real change and enduring change happen one step at a time. It always seems impossible until it's done. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Go confidently on the direction of your dream. Live the life you have imagined. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Let your life give hope to others without hope. Our thinking and behavior can be driven by motivation, particularly when setting and working towards goals. We can describe our reason for actions and inaction based on the type of motivation we are engaged or involved in. The type of motivation involves our motivation, instructive motivation, extrinsic motivation, introjected motivation, integrated motivation, and internalized motivation. So now, we'll talk about the our motivation. This can be described as a complete lack of any intent to act, no engagement at all. When you lack intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, you don't see any value or motivation in an activity, and you may not join or become involved. Many a times, such states may arise from feeling incompetent, values, and a sense of hopelessness or inability to influence outcomes. Let's talk about intrinsic motivation. Intrinsically motivated individuals are not driven by rewards or fear of punishment. They are engaged in their natural human tendency to seek out and overcome challenges while pursuing their personal interests. This rests upon our desire to fulfill three basic needs, which are connection, control, and mastery. Another type of motivation, extrinsic motivation. In contrast to intrinsic motivation, when extrinsically motivated, you are not engaging in an activity for its own sake or because we find it fulfilling, but rather to receive external rewards. This kind of motivation often results in proper performance. I believe we can better understand the distinction between extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Another type of motivation is introjected motivation. This motivation, like extrinsic motivation, really begins with an external focus, while not fully integrated with the self. Motivation has become partially internalized. With introjected motivation, you can perform an action or engage in an activity to avoid negative emotions such as shame, guilt, and anxiety. Let's talk more about another type of motivation, which is called integrated motivation. This involves an active or transformational process when an extrinsic need is made integrated. It means the individual is driven by the intrinsic and extrinsic reward without an external conflict between an external motivator and internal values and identity. Alright, let's talk about internalized motivation. Internalized motivation is a vital and perfectly normal aspect of human condition and forms part of integrating external events with the self. You may start out an exercise routine driven by external rewards, such as running to lose weight. You may decide to wake up 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. depending on your environment. Scientifically now, let's talk about the part of the brain involved in motivation. Brain managing suggests that motivation is a complex process involving a network of interconnected brain regions. The central nervous system plays a vital role in the connections with other systems engaged in decision making, learning, memory, and attention, ultimately shaping our responses and driving goal-directed behaviors. Thank you for listening to this week's edition. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Akanbi Oluwabunmi. Follow me on AudioMac, Akanbi Oluwabunmi. Follow my TikTok account, City on Hill, and also on Facebook, Instagram, Akanbi Oluwabunmi. Try to download and share this so that you'll be able to listen and listen over again.